This is Career Composer. I'm Erin, and I'm helping you, professionals under 30, navigate your careers with a music-themed twist. I'm giving you the job search and career advice you need to get that job, but we'll also talk about music, how to balance our personal and professional lives, and figure out what we're meant to do. Ready? Let's go. I get questions all the time about how to follow up with employers after applying. When should I follow up? How do I know who to contact? What should I say? I'm Erin. I'm a full-time career coach, and I'm giving you all of the answers, and I bet I can do it in 7 minutes or less. This is Career Composer. Please take a second to follow and subscribe so you're the first to know about future episodes. Ready? Let's go. So what not to do? As an employer, I absolutely do not want my applicants to email me a week later and say, "Hey, just wanted to check in and see if you got my application." No. I can assure you that as the employer, if you hit that submit button, I got your application. Now you're just annoying me because I promise you I'm getting to it and I have a ton of other applications to get through. Now you might be thinking, Erin, what do you mean? That's what I've always been told to do. That's what I thought I was supposed to do. I just want to validate you for a second because that's what the traditional guidance is, to follow up 1 to 2 weeks after applying and see if they got your application. If you've done it before, don't sweat it. It's definitely not going to hurt you. It's just not really going to help you that much. You've still shown the employer that you're interested in the role. And I know I said it's annoying to the employer, but it's not going to hurt your chances. So the world has changed since career coaches were giving that guidance. Instead of following up on your application to check off a box and just check in with the employer, the more impactful strategy is to use this email text box to personally introduce yourself and provide value by sharing with the employer why you're interested and the top 3 highlights that make you a great candidate for this role. Now you're grabbing the employer's attention and making this email worth their while. Now they're happy they read it because they know that you're an amazing candidate that they need to come back to later. Let's go through the 3 most common questions that I get about following up after applying for a job. So number 1 is, when should I follow up? So now that you're approaching this email from the angle of providing value, you don't need to wait 2 weeks to check in. I would send this email between 1 and 5 business days after you've applied, within a week. And this way, the email could actually help you land the interview if they're moving quickly. So of course, if you've already emailed them, it's been weeks and you're just not hearing back, then yeah, there's no harm in sending another email to remind them why you're interested and politely ask what their hiring timeline looks like. All right, question number 2, how do I know who to contact? This is really tricky sometimes. There's a contact listed on the job posting or a general HR email is provided. That's where they want you to go. But now it's harder and harder to find the right person because when employers are overwhelmed with applications, they don't want anyone to have their email, so they make it really hard to find. If this is the case, there are a couple other things you can try. You can go to the company website, which is what I recommend doing first, and seeing if there's a staff directory. And if not, then you can go to the company page on LinkedIn and go to the People tab. You might need to do some digging there, but you can try searching by keyword and typing in human resources or talent acquisition. Do not email the global vice president of HR or the chief people officer. Try to find an HR business partner, talent acquisition specialist, recruiter, or early talent manager, and then do some more digging to see if this person makes sense to reach out to based on the role that you're applying for. If you find someone on LinkedIn, avoid LinkedIn messaging them unless you absolutely can't find an email. Some people don't check their LinkedIn and the character limit on the messages is so annoying, but it prevents you from sending the kind of thoughtful message that you need to actually make an impact by reaching out. To find the email of the right person. So let's say you found a person that you know you should be reaching out to and you just don't have their email. To get their email, Google search Apollo.io. Apollo.io is an amazing AI platform. It's a free AI tool that uses LinkedIn to find people's professional emails. So once you go to Apollo.io, you just create a free account. If you're listening to this, I'm so glad you found this because so many people don't know about this platform, and I think more people should be using it. So once you find Apollo.io, create a free account and it'll give you a certain number of credits that you can use to access the emails of professionals that you're trying to reach. So you just type in the name the way it's written on that person's LinkedIn account into the system, and then it'll generate those people with the same name. You click on the right one based on the company they work for, and then you can use one of your free credits that you get through your free account to access that person's email, and then you can shoot them an email. A third option would be to reach out to someone who you're connected to who currently works at that company. And that would actually be my preferred method. So you should be networking already, but ask this connection who the appropriate person to contact would be at that company. And then better yet, ask them if they would be willing to hop on a call with you to get their perspective on the company and ask them a few questions about the role. Now you're just doing an informational interview with this networking connection while also getting the right email of the HR professional. Okay, question number 3. What should I say? I think this is why you're all here listening to this episode. Step 1 is you personally introduce yourself in the email. Step 2 is you express interest. Step 3 is to share about 3 highlights that make you a top candidate for the role. And step 4 is to add a call to action based on the contact. If you're a Gen Z professional looking for answers to your career questions, this is for you. I'm launching a new series on Career Composer called Ask Erin, where you can call in and get free personalized career advice in exchange for sharing your story on the podcast. No question is too big or too small and can help someone else who's probably wondering the same exact thing. And you can stay anonymous. Email careercomposerpodcast@gmail.com to get started. Just use the words Ask Erin in the subject line. If you have a question but don't want to come on the podcast, you can still email me at careercomposerpodcast@gmail.com, and I might just answer your question in a future episode. Let's get back into it. So now I'm going to share a template with you guys for how to reach out to employers, but I do understand that a podcast is not always the easiest for sharing text-based templates. So I'm adding this template to my Instagram page. So make sure you give Career Composer a follow and check back throughout the week for that template. So step 1 is you're personally introducing yourself. You're saying something like, "Dear so-and-so, I hope you're doing well. My name is Erin Ahart. I applied for the XYZ position at your company and want to personally introduce myself." And if you're pretty sure that this is not the hiring manager, but rather someone else on the HR team, you can also include a note saying, "I'm attempting to reach the right hiring manager for this role. If you are not the correct person, could you please direct me to the appropriate contact?" Step 2 is to express interest in this email. Here you're stating why you are genuinely interested in the role and that company. Use your own words. This section is meant to provide some identifying information about you, so now's also a good time to share what you currently do and where you currently work. But if you don't have a job, you want to dive right into briefly listing your unique knowledge, skills, and experience and the impact that you want to have in this next role. And of course, in this section, you're sharing why you're genuinely interested. So in section 3, now you're sharing around 3 highlights that make you a top candidate for the role. This is telling them why they should pay attention to you as a candidate rather than just, brushing past your email and going on to the next item onto their to-do list. For example, I might say, "I bring 5+ years of career coaching experience, 3+ years of progressive content development and instructional design experience," in parentheses, podcasts, in-person and online workshops, staff training guides, and more. And then finally, proficiency using a variety of multimedia tools, i.e. Adobe Audition and Premiere Pro, Canva, and various podcast distribution and social media management platforms. So those are 3 example career highlights that I might give. But you do you, and make sure that you tailor to what they're looking for in the job description. Now, if you know you're emailing the right person, you're going to end by saying this: "I would love the opportunity to learn more about the role and share why I believe I would be an excellent fit for your team. Thank you very much, and I look forward to hearing from you. Sincerely, your name." And then, again, if you know you're emailing the right person, you're attaching your resume and cover letter to the email. If you're not sure if you're emailing the right person, then instead you're going to say, "I would love the opportunity to learn more about the role and share why I believe I would be an excellent fit at XYZ company. Thank you very much for your time, and please let me know who I should contact moving forward. Sincerely, your name." And you are not going to attach your resume and cover letter if this is not the right person. So now let's read through some examples. If you know you're reaching out to the right person, here's what I would say. "Dear Book James, I hope you're doing well. My name is Austin Dempsey. I applied for the marketing coordinator position on 9/25 and want to personally introduce myself. I'm extremely interested in this opportunity, and Brightwave Marketing has been on my radar since 2021 when I first discovered your digital campaigns for nonprofit clients. I've always admired Brightwave's unique way of telling stories that make people feel truly connected and inspired, and this role is everything I've been looking for in the next stage of my career. I'm currently a communications specialist at CRC Industries and am seeking an opportunity where I can use my project management, writing, and digital content skills to create campaigns that engage audiences and support measurable business growth. I bring 3+ years of managing cross-functional projects with fast-moving deadlines, experience developing written, visual, and digital content across multiple platforms, including social media, email, and websites, proficiency in marketing tools such as Canva, MailChimp, HubSpot, and Google Analytics. I would love the opportunity to learn more about the role and share why I believe I would be an excellent fit for your team. Thank you very much, and I look forward to hearing from you. Sincerely, Austin Dempsey. Resume and cover letter attached. If you're not sure if you're emailing the right person, here's how I would follow up after applying for a role. Dear Brooke James, I hope you're doing well. My name is Austin Dempsey. I applied for the marketing coordinator position on 9/25 and want to personally introduce myself. I'm attempting to reach the hiring manager for this role. If you are not the correct person, could you please direct me to the appropriate contact? I'm extremely interested in this opportunity, and Brightwave Marketing has been on my radar since 2021 when I first discovered your digital campaigns for nonprofit clients. I've always admired Brightwave's unique way of telling stories that make people feel truly connected and inspired. And this role is everything I've been looking for in the next stage of my career. I'm currently a communications specialist at CRC Industries, and I'm seeking an opportunity where I can use my project management, writing, and digital content skills to create campaigns that engage audiences and support measurable business growth. I bring 3+ years of managing cross-functional projects with fast-moving deadlines, experience developing written, visual, and digital content across multiple platforms, including social media, email, and websites, proficiency in marketing tools such as Canva, MailChimp, HubSpot, and Google Analytics. I would love the opportunity to learn more about the role and share why I believe I would be an excellent fit at Brightwave. Thank you very much for your time, and please let me know who I should contact moving forward. Sincerely, Austin Dempsey. And that's it, guys. I hope this was helpful. And remember, if you're the kind of person who gets nervous reading emails over and over, you still took the next step by reaching out. Again, it can never hurt. This process, when done the right way, can only help you. And use the template that I posted on Instagram to get those templates and examples that I shared. If you don't hear anything back, it's also okay. If you are a musician, think about this as the awkward stage when you're emailing radio stations with your demo track, just trying to get played. It doesn't mean that you're not qualified for the role if you don't hear anything. They're just getting emails left and right from applicants who may be desperate in the current job market. By sending this kind of email, instead of just, hey, checking in, I can assure you that you're making a much greater impact and coming across as confident and competent. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and have a great day, guys. Bye.